Back with the show, and good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Summit Sunrise. We're moving right along with your Monday morning edition. We still have Watch and Win, and now some more guests coming into the studio. Joining me now, next to me, is Jim, the Transit Director of the Summit Stage. Good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How are you doing?
Doing well, considering the snow we got over the weekend.
How did everyone, in terms of your drivers, get along in the snow?
We cope pretty well. The drivers have been doing this for a lot of years, and the buses actually perform pretty well on snow. And we also have drop-down chains. So if we're getting into places like Boreas Pass.
This is so cool, too. Just flip the switch, basically, and the chains are dropping on the tires.
They really do come in handy.
Yeah, I bet. And I was even seeing during some of the peak times of our storms in the last week, I saw some Summit Stage buses out there, and they were just trucking right along, doing what they do.
We operate through thick and thin, and just occasionally, like this past week, we had to, stop the buses for an hour here and there, particularly up on Boreas Pass. But by and large, we operate through everything.
Right. That's amazing. So you guys can really be that reliable source of getting point A to point B around the county, especially if you're not yourself that comfortable, and maybe you even still have a vehicle, but if you're not that comfortable driving in this kind of snow, then use the Summit Stage.
Absolutely. Leave your car at home, whether you're a local person needing to get to work, or if you're a skier, you may have a car, but leave the driving to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when you mentioned about going skiing, you can find a parking spot a lot easier by taking the Stage, because you don't need one at all. They can take you, in some cases, directly right at the resort.
Right to almost to the front door, to the gondola.
Pretty much, yeah.
And by the time you, if you're driving, by the time you look for a place to park, the bus isn't that much slower than driving.
And you can get to all 4 Summit County ski areas via the Stage now.
We do. We do. We serve them all.
That's amazing, too. So to find out the details on the schedule and where the stops are located, the best way to do that?
A couple of ways. We're on the website, summitstage.com is probably the easiest way to find us. We also have 30,000 schedules distributed to 200 locations throughout the county, so the schedule's pretty easy to find. And so whatever works, we're easy to find.
And speaking to the schedule, that's about to change into the winter, right?
It is. We start our winter service next Sunday, the 23rd. The website, we have both the summer schedule, which is the existing schedule, and the winter schedule posted. So for people who maybe aren't here yet and looking to find out about the bus service, both schedules are at the website for the time being.
That's great. And then even the buses still operate pretty late into the evening still right now, right?
They do. We start at, the runs start, they vary from route to route, but generally around 5:30 to 6 in the morning, and we go, the last trip is usually between 12:30 and 1:30 at night.
That's amazing too. So if you're out and about in Summit County enjoying the nightlife, if you are looking for a designated driver, Summit Stage is a great resource for that too.
Absolutely. Some of those last runs are some of our busiest runs.
They certainly can be. And then they pick right back up early in the morning, get people again to work. And tell me about a new product to expect for this winter season, which is the express routes.
We are, in addition to our normal services, we're going to be operating some express services in the morning between Silverthorne and Frisco, and then to each of the ski resorts, to Copper and to Keystone. We'll be operating some what we call express runs. It'll be limited stops, so if you want to get out there, whether you're an employee working out there or if you're a skier, you can get out there in you save about 10 to 15 minutes off the normal trips.
Yeah, which is great, and especially if you, like you said, if you're trying to get out there, get the first chair, and Summit Stage can help you do that. And this is basically in cooperation with hearing the demand of the public, that feeling that there are too many stops in the morning time. So
that's right. We think these are going to be very well utilized. The proof ultimately the proof is in the pudding. This is something new that we're doing.
Something worth trying out.
But we think they're going to do really well. So, but we'll find out soon enough.
Well, there is the Summit Stage system map, as you can see on your screen, and it takes you all across Summit County, even into Leadville. That route is still going on as well, right? That's the only one you have to pay for it, though, too.
That is. We operate 2 trips. It's mostly a commuter service. We operate 2 early morning trips and then 2 return trips in the afternoon. And I will mention on that service, we're starting those trips 10 minutes early this year.
Okay, that's a good note to keep in mind if you are frequenting that route on the Summit Stage. So check it out, summitstage.com, for more details and information on when they're operating. And again, that winter schedule coming out very soon, so the hours will be changing some across the county, but let them be your free transportation to your Summit destination, Summit Stage.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Jim, for coming in here. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having us.
And I'm looking forward to that app now, too. So hopefully that develops.
It's coming. It'll be next year, but it is coming.
Okay, great. And that just brief thing on the app. It's to help people know where the buses are coming, to help everyone kind of keep in tune on where they are in proximity to the stops.
Right, and the way we're going to set it up, I'll just make a quick mention. If you have a smartphone, that's probably the easiest way to use it. But if you don't have a smartphone, there will be also an app to use it with your old style phone as well.
Okay, that's great. Looking forward to it. It's the Summit Stage. Jim, thank you again for coming in here. We're going to be back with more. We're going to be talking about a little crockpot chili here coming up, and how to some tips on some cooking for you during the winter season. And we're going to be back with that and much more on your Monday edition of Summit Sunrise on TV8 Summit. We'll be right back.